The Lighthouse of Starlight Bay. Deep in the quiet coastal town of Starlight Bay, a lighthouse stood tall and silent. Its light had been dark for as long as anyone could remember, a forgotten giant on the rocky shore. 14-year-old Alara felt a deep ache in her heart every time she looked at it. She would sit on the beach, watching the waves crash against the rocks, and imagine the light that once shone from its top. The lighthouse felt like a part of her, a purpose waiting to be found. Alara's grandfather, Silas, was the only one who still spoke of the lighthouse's glory days. He would tell her stories of how its light, powered by a magical starlight crystal, wasn't just a beacon for ships, but a source of hope for the entire town. The light faded when the town's hope faded, he would say, his voice full of a gentle sadness. It needs a keeper with a heart full of courage to make it shine again. One day, Alara made a decision. She would become the new keeper. She climbed the winding, dusty stairs of the lighthouse, her heart pounding with a mix of excitement and fear. The air was thick with the smell of salt and old wood. She began her work, cleaning the cobwebs from the windows and sweeping the dust from the floor. It was a huge task, and she felt small and alone in the vast, empty space. While clearing out a small, forgotten closet, Alara found a leather-bound journal. It belonged to her great-grandmother, the last lighthouse keeper. The journal was filled with beautiful, flowing handwriting. It spoke of the starlight crystal and revealed a secret. The light is not in the stone, but in the heart of the keeper. It is a reflection of courage and the hope of the people. A week later, a powerful storm began to gather over Starlight Bay. The sky turned a bruised purple, and the wind howled. The townspeople hurried to secure their boats and homes, their faces etched with worry. But Alara felt a new resolve. She worked tirelessly, repairing a broken window in the lantern room, driven by her great-grandmother's words. She was no longer just cleaning, she was restoring hope. Alara finally reached the very top of the lighthouse. There, on a pedestal, was the starlight crystal, but it was not glowing. It was a dull gray stone, lifeless and cold. A wave of disappointment washed over her. She had worked so hard, but the magic was gone. Then, she remembered the journal's words again. The light was not in the stone, but in the keeper's heart. Just as Alara was about to give up, she heard footsteps on the stairs. Her grandfather, Silas, appeared, followed by several townspeople. They had brought tools and supplies. Inspired by her unwavering dedication, "We came to help," Silas said, his voice warm. "The lighthouse is for all of us." Their arrival filled Alara with a profound sense of shared purpose and hope. The storm was at its peak. Alara, with the help of the townspeople, placed the crystal back in its housing. She closed her eyes and focused all her courage and the collective hope of the town into the stone. A magical, shimmering light burst from the crystal, not just illuminating the lamp, but radiating a soft, star-like glow that pierced the storm. The new light from the lighthouse was a sight to behold. It cut through the darkness, a beacon of pure, concentrated hope. Out at sea, a small fishing boat, lost in the storm, saw the light and was guided safely back to Starlight Bay. The townspeople cheered, their faces lit by the beacon, their hearts full of a renewed sense of community and strength. Alara stood at the top of the lighthouse, watching the dawn break over a calm sea. She knew the lighthouse was more than a building. It was a promise. She had found her purpose, not in a magical crystal, but in the courage to believe in herself and the hope of her community. The Lighthouse of Starlight Bay shone brightly, a testament to her courage and a new beginning for everyone.